What is up, y'all? Skylar here with Sky Gardens. Welcome to 2025. We're about to start doing this special thing where every week I'm going to hop on here, kind of tell you what's going on the farm, what we're looking forward to, what we're behind on, what we're doing, what we're in the middle of, all the stuff. So it's going to be something where we walk around the farm, kind of get a little bit of a farm tour, honestly. And I just tell you about everything that we've got going on. I'm trying to get in the shade so that I can actually see for a second. I'm currently in our JW high tunnel is fully planted out. The other tunnel is not fully planted out yet, but it is almost there. We've got to get drip lines in this week so that I can get the rest of that planted. But we are actually in the middle of our first cold spell of the whole season. It really hasn't been cold up until this point. We're hoping for snow with it too, so hopefully that really ends up happening, but if it doesn't, you know, that'll be okay. But we need some moisture so that we can get some wheat planted out here in our field area before we start going into everything that will be done out there this spring and into the fall. And so really pretty in here right now. Actually, these planter boxes are being watered. We got down to 19 degrees last night, which is pretty cold. The planter boxes are actually a trial and error kind of thing right now. They are totally new, and we are going red actually, so we're on that side, so I don't know why that was there. Got to get the water hooked up this week to where it's actually like where it's going to sit. I'm going to screw in some screws, get it nice and secure along the side here, and then we'll have little watering things all throughout the thing. And then underneath down here, this is part of the trial and error. We've got hellebores and ferns planted all the way down. The goal is to get the rest of the planter boxes all the way down to the end of the row, down to the eucalyptus. And then we'll have the shade tolerant things underneath with the ranunculus and possibly lisianthus if I can squeeze it in there on top. So just got those ranunculus planted yesterday so they could feel some of this cold air that comes through, and they're doing pretty good so far. They really like to feel the cold but not get too crazy cold. So that's what they're doing in those currently. They're going to get some water for extra protection over this week because we've got more cold coming. So I'm going to set this right here actually for a second. We're going to look this direction, see what all this area kind of entails over the next week, and then we'll look back the other direction and see what all it has going on. So this area is our main fall fields of flowers. If you come in the fall, you're wondering, okay, where are the fields of flowers that you had, you know, in the fall time? They're all back behind us, so they get tilled up. I've got to finish tilling the rest of this, get it all ready to go over the next couple of days while it's really cold, and we're going to till this, make sure it's ready, and then if the snow really does come, we're going to get the wheat planted in as soon as possible. We just haven't had a good rain since being able to get all this cleaned up from the season. So get the wheat planted over here, eventually get the cows over here grazing for a while. And we've actually got some other projects coming up in this area that are more permanent structure projects that we'll be talking about more as they come. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully we can get at least one of them built for this next season to be able to grow in. So that is super exciting. We're going to see how it goes. But it should be really pretty. We've got our dahlias. Actually, the dahlia order just was for sure. I got some confirmation emails. I've got to get it cut down because of course it's too expensive as per usual. But with those, we are going to keep quite a bit of them too, so that hopefully we can have some extras to be able to sell to y'all to grow in your own gardens come springtime. So we'll see how that goes about. I think we're going to change up the layout a little bit of the farm for the fall this year, so it's going to be a little bit different than normal, but it's going to be super duper pretty as per usual. So this other tunnel right here is a Lori Richardson, the LDR high tunnel. It is halfway planted, and we're going to get it fully planted hopefully by the time I'm doing this video next week. The weather is very dependent on that, because if it's too cold, we're not going to be able to do that. So we've also found some of our first wins of the season, of the cold season, and so you're going to see some evidence of that behind us. So we had that tarp nice and laid out, and it was all stapled down and everything. You know, those 30-mile-per-hour winds, they just come through and they're like, I don't care if you've got it ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up for you. So we're going to get that laid back down. I need to get more planter boxes to put down on top of that so that they'll stay down. This side, actually, you can see the planter boxes are on top of it, so they are staying down better. The goal is to get those planter boxes as soon as I figure out exactly how much extra of different perennials that I have that are not going to be able to fit in the tunnel. They will go inside those planter boxes. We'll get the planter boxes. There'll be perennial beds all throughout everything. And then eventually we'd like to have a whole lot more of those planter boxes so that we can plant things like the ranunculus and like these other things that are really amazing. We just don't have enough room, or maybe not even ranunculus, but snapdragons, poppies, Lisianthus, a range of different things that I really want to be able to grow a whole lot of, but it takes a little bit extra protection, especially from the wind, which the planter boxes hopefully will protect with that. We're doing a small trial area right now of it just to make sure that this is actually going to work. But eventually, hopefully, the goal is to have a lot more of those planter boxes, which are just condensed little areas where you can put a nice flower bed in it, all of the same type of flower, keep them clean, keep them good, and keep them protected from the wind. And then if we need to protect them from the cold, we can easily put frost cloth on top of that and get it all secured if that has to happen. So they're kind of like mini high tunnels or mini low tunnels that don't require the same amount of, let's just say we failed at low tunnels. So with the wind around here and not having any wind breaks, really we were horrible with low tunnels. So in a way, these planter boxes kind of will act like little low tunnels, which is kind of interesting. So we're going to see how that goes and how that progresses over the coming years, because it's definitely a project that is always in the works. So you get to see all of our progress in all of these videos, and it's going to be fun to go look back on these as we get growing along. So some weeks it'll be really short and I'll be like, I'm sorry, I'm in a hurry, I got to get all these flowers cut and da-da-da-da-da. But you'll still get to see the farm a little bit. And then other weeks it will be kind of like this one where we can actually talk about some of the different things that are going on the farm. So we're going to go over here. I'm going to tell you about the plans for this area over this next year. And I hope that you like it. We're gonna travel this direction. So this area is mainly where people are going to come into the farm. Mostly all the flowers are going to be on that side, especially in the fall. The spring, of course, we do have the high tunnel picks, so those will be there as per usual. And then this area hopefully is really nice and full of perennials that will also be good for cutting in the different times. You're gonna have to ignore, we've got some frost cloth that is blown away from different things I was trying to leave it on, but that's fine, it's okay. The greenhouse is housing all of our plants right now that are needing heat overnight. It's kind of a mess in there because I've been moving all the ranunculus and getting all of them planted. So they've got lots of soil in there as I've been pulling apart all of those plants. Then the rose garden, of course, is over here. We will eventually get it all, I will get it all trimmed down for the season. And then we will talk more about what it looks like over in that direction. I'm actually going to place you right over here. We're going to see this area and kind of the plans for what is going to go on right over here. So I'm going to walk you around and show you exactly what we're looking at for this area right over here. So the rose garden's back there. We've got this nice perennial garden right over here. Just to show you the pieces of plastic that were covering things. They're over there too. There's some of them are still covering things. So the winter's weird because sometimes things look like it's like a trash mess and it's really not. It's just, that's where we're at for the winter so far. And this area over here is actually going to be the main area. We've got the red barn right here so you can see it, the cooler, and the bunny barn right there. On the other side of the bunny barn, we actually have the chickens, so the chicken coops. We've got 3 different coops in this next year. We're hoping to get all 3 of them functional. Right now, 2 are functional. One is for the ducks, one is for our egg-laying chickens, and then we're gonna have one more that'll be for our pretty chickens, so like the silkies and the top hats and all the really cool things that we really love to have on the farm. Those are going to be in their own coop, so they're not with the egg layers. We don't get the roosters in with the egg layers or anything like that. And so we're not doing crazy amounts of egg laying production, nothing like that. It's just a few eggs that are good for our family to be able to eat. So that's mainly why we have those there. Eventually, I don't know if that's going to change. Who knows? We'll see. But be super cool area. That is basically going to be the animal area for next year. So, or next year, this year. But this season, as you come out to the farm, you're definitely going to see that we are working on getting more animals and different things going on, building them better structures and getting ready for more animals, really, over this next year. Pete and Penny are 2 mini Highland cows. They live over in that area. We're gonna get them a more permanent structure that they can't get out of as easily, with nice welded fences and all sorts of really good quality areas for them to live, with barns and all that too. So hopefully we can get that built over the next year and maybe get some more animals. We will definitely see. I'm excited. Hopefully. We'll see how it goes. This area right over here is actually going to be our concession stand. So we've had this shipping container unit since, I guess, probably the spring of last year, so 2024. We had it delivered, and then we've slowly started working. This is Biscuit, by the way. He's a cutie pie. He really loves us, don't you, bud? Yeah, he's a sweet boy. Girl. I think she's a girl. Oops, I can't believe I just called her a boy on air. Y'all are gonna think that I don't know my animals. No, this is Biscuit. She's a girl. But this concession stand area, we ended up working on at the end of last year to get a bathroom placed in this side of it. The doors are on the other side, so you're gonna be able to get in from the other side over there, and then this side will be where the concession stand window will be open for. It'll be really neat. Hopefully we're working on how it will look and different things. The bathrooms we still have not shown y'all. My dad and I had a competition over who does, not even, I guess it's just the best bathroom. It's not the prettiest, it's not the, I don't even know what it is, but y'all are gonna get to vote and see what you think about our bathrooms as soon as we've got them completely finished. So we've got to get a toilet in Dad's and it all hooked up and everything, and then after we get that all set up and a few more finishing touches on mine as well, we're going to show it to you. I don't know exactly when that's going to happen. We live real life around here where my dad has a full-time job, and we have Chloe who's 14, so we go to her games and all the things. So there's a lot of things going on constantly, and the bathrooms are just almost done, but we want to show them to you at their best state, and so that's why we haven't shown you the full bathroom progress yet, because we want you to be able to vote and see which one is your favorite. So don't worry, that'll probably happen on Instagram or Facebook, voting for that, and I think you're gonna fall in love with them. So pretty exciting stuff. This area though, concession stand, we're gonna get gravel put down over here eventually, to where we're not dealing with a whole bunch of crazy weeds in this area. We're gonna get these tables all set up, probably gonna get more tables as we go, and just really get this area looking really good for you to be able to come out to the farm, see everything, grab a bite to eat, use the restroom, all the different things over in this area. We also have some more planter boxes up against the red barn over here, and different things in this garden. So you're still gonna feel like you're in the garden even whenever you're in this kind of commune type of area. The red barn, of course, is still gonna be our little store. We might be working more to see if we can get something over in the main entrance area to be able to be kind of like a little store too. But I don't know, we're gonna see what happens, you know? Who knows what God has planned for this place. But I do know we can't wait to share it with you. So this week, on all of this craziness too, we're getting into those cold temperatures. So on YouTube, we're gonna start a teaching video every week. We're going to be working on showing you, how to do drip tape, how to do all the different things. I'm not doing drip tape this week. This week we're actually going to talk about how to know when to cover your plants and when you don't need to cover your plants whenever it gets really cold, since we're dealing with the cold temps this week. So we're going to be teaching you about that, and then our In His Creation segment on YouTube is still going to be going on. We did not do it every single week last year, and my goal is this year to do it every single week. So that is the goal, that is the plan. We are going to see if that is what I can stick to, but all I know is I see so many things out here in the garden, and so many things that are just total miracles, and I'd love to be able to share them with you. And I love that place to be able to do that. So hopefully we have 52 episodes of that this week or this year, and 52 episodes of us teaching you how to do something, and 52 episodes of you getting to see a bit of the farm and what's going on right now where we're at. So excuse me, real life, right? I'm excited for the year. I'm excited to see what God has planned for this year, and hoping and praying that we get lots of good moisture and lots of good flowers coming from all that. And so, that being said, thank you for tuning in here today. If you're wanting like the real look at the farm, wondering what we have going on all the time, this is the place you're going to want to come every week to be able to see exactly what we have going on. So this video will be posted every Monday. Hopefully the teaching video will be posted every Tuesday, and then the other video of our In His Creation will be every Wednesday. If we have any other videos, it'll be a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't even know what kind of thing. I guess I'm just trying to stick to a schedule. We're going to see if that works or not. So thank y'all so much for tuning in today. If y'all have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section. I will address them in next week's video where we tell you about the farm. So if you have any questions or comments and you're watching this way later, I'll try to comment back too. So thank y'all. This is Skylar, and I appreciate y'all joining in on this crazy journey. I'll talk to y'all soon.